Monday night. That means it is time for your 10 Minutes of Truth with Supermex. So, got through the weekend. I kind of got to the back end of last week, and you know why we do this. We do the 10 Minutes of Truth on the Mondays so we can kind of give you some information, give you some facts, and yes, with some of my opinion on those facts, based on those facts, but never something arbitrary, never something non-objective, subjective. And something that we can lay down and what I hope and I feel, and let's face it, as we get down this stretch of 70-something days left, your truth and my truth may be totally different based on the tribes you reside in, right? I may see something as objective and factual or data-driven or science, and maybe because you're in a particular group, you just can't see it. And so I have to be mindful of that and respectful of that. However, I'm still going to move forward with, again, objective truths and objective facts so that when the history of this period is written, and bear in mind I'm an old history teacher, when the history of this period is written and we look back, I will be able to say that I spit my truth objectively without any emotion, based on data, based on facts, based on science, based on some reality, not an emotional want or need to side with someone. I'm on my own side, and I'm on the side of my Constitution. I'm on the side of my country. That's where I side. So, having done all that, having said all that, going back to last week, we got to the end of the week, and sure enough, you know, it's like this point, there's so much coming to you. It's like a waterfall, and you got to decide on which, you know, what part of the water you want to try to get your hands on, try to hold on to. You get the analogy, right? It just slips through. There's so much. So we got to the end of the week, and lo and behold, we have another, what do we call them? All the president's men arrested and up on charges for fraud and basically bilking taxpayers, American people, for giving their money to build the wall at the border that the president wants, and spending, again, hard-earned tax dollars, regular folk, regular people we're talking about, sending it somewhere and hoping that that wall gets built because that's what they believe, right? And Steve Bannon, former strategist, high-ranking official in the Trump administration, and prior to the administration in the campaign, which we're going to kind of delve in a little bit tonight, was basically, and everything that I've seen so far, they've got a paper trail on him. They have receipts, quite literally. They have the receipts on the money he spent. He was found on a ridiculously filthy rich yacht owned by a Chinese billionaire. How does that work? Yeah, tough on China, right? So tough that he's chilling on the yacht. We'll get to more of that in a second here, but you get the picture, you get the point. Gotta love the alliteration, picture, point, and purpose and principle. Here we go. So Steve Bannon was arrested and under arrest pending, already did, you know, the initial hearing, and we'll have trial and more information coming forward on what he did or did not do. And at this point, I mean, seriously, do any of you really believe that it's not possible that the guy shorted and frauded American people of their money to build a wall and use that money to line his own pockets? Come on. Seriously. I mean, seriously. You want to die on that hill? You want to keep defending this thing? You want to keep defending this administration and all the people in it? That's on you. But I'm gonna say this, and I wasn't going to, but I'm going to do it because I almost put it in my group. I sincerely hope that nobody watching tonight gave that guy money and sent money for that wall. I hope not. I really do. You're American people, and whether you believe it or not, I can give a damn rat's less about the president and his men, but I actually do give a damn about my fellow American. I've said this a bunch of times. I place no trust, no loyalty. Be 100% clear, no loyalty or trust. No blind loyalty, no blind trust in any party, politician, or president. Any politician, party, or president. You shouldn't either. You really shouldn't. Begin with distrust, and then when they surprise you, if they do something good, then it's a plus. But don't go in trusting blindly because you're setting yourself up for the fall. All right, let's get down to business here. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you all the president's men. I'm going to show you all the president's men because they are his men. And what has been an ongoing saga of greed, corruption, crime, I can go on and on. I will say this and put it on the table. As of right now, it is the greatest criminal administration in the history of the United States. And we don't even know the half of it, because you know all this stuff comes out later. And those of you guys that are defending right now, you know what you're going to do? Well, I didn't know. And you're going to pretend. While right now you fight tooth and nail defending the crime, the criminals, and the corruption. Crime, criminals, corruption. Yeah, I do like the alliteration, don't I? You defend it because you don't feel you have a choice. Let me help you out. I'm going to give you a choice. Come to the brown side. It's nice here. It's clean, the air. We don't breathe foul air. Unless you're living in Fresno, it's pretty bad right now, and up and down California because of the fires. Keep it true, keep it straight, keep it honest. And you don't have to defend anyone that is a criminal, corrupt, and not good. You don't have to. You really don't. Don't place trust in politician, party, or president. And the air up here is nice and clean. And I say that for any party, any president, any politician. See how easy that is? My faith and my loyalty and my blind trust reside solely with and only with the United States Constitution and the principles upon which it was founded. After that, with people. Even when they disappoint me, even when they defend and they shouldn't, even when they know they're wrong but they keep fighting, I still place my trust with you. All right, let's get that up. Here are all the president's men. Let's take a look. In no particular order, but we'll go left to right because that's usually what you do. So up in the extreme left corner, you have Paul Manafort, campaign advisor, arrested, indicted, convicted, guilty. Roger Stone, arrested, indicted, convicted, guilty. Oh, wait a minute, but the president commuted his sentence. Because, let's put that on the table, because Roger Stone knows where all the skeletons are buried and knows all the secrets. So the president's going to take care of him. He's going to commute his sentence, and if he has to, he's going to pardon him, even though he's one of the filthiest criminals, crooks, in the damn country. And I'm not talking about some kid stealing and robbing a liquor store, or even some murderer, some guy that murders somebody on the side of the street. This guy is a white-collar criminal. They're all white-collar criminals, and we excuse it because we don't think it's that violent. Some of these people do more damage than violent criminals by far, because their potential crimes and reach of those crimes are exponential and affect hundreds, if not thousands and millions of people. Yeah, we'll have that talk another time. Roger Stone, guilty. Rick Gates, another deputy campaign advisor, guilty, convicted. Michael Flynn, awaiting sentence, arrested, indicted, convicted, guilty, awaiting his sentence. George Papadopoulos, look at that lovely down there. He's done, he's out, but he was also guilty, charged. All right, and I'm going to wrap all that up with a nice little bow here in a second. And then at the bottom, we have Michael Cohen, who's back, kind of backing out. The president's personal lawyer for many years. And don't give me that stuff like, oh, I don't know who he was. Yeah, you know who he was. He was your personal lawyer, and he did dirty work for you. He served prison time for the check that Donald Trump wrote. You heard what I said. Go do some fact checking. He served prison time for the check that Donald Trump wrote to Stormy Daniels to pay her off to keep her quiet. Hush money. But the president is an unindicted co-conspirator simply because, and I hate to say this again because it's getting me sick to say it, simply and only because the OLC, Office of Legal Counsel, in the Justice Department, rendering of a memorandum stating that a president cannot be indicted while in office. Therefore, he is above the law. And for those of you guys who want to get cute, well, he shouldn't be below the law. You know what, at this point, hell yeah, he should be below the law. He should be below the damn law. Your job as President of the United States is to execute the laws. And it damn sure isn't to break them. You understand what I'm telling you here? The executive branch is to execute the laws of Congress. That means enforce, make sure that they're done. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say the opposite 180. Could you imagine Hamilton, Thomas Paine, Washington, Jefferson, Adams, the rest? No. Oh, we don't want you executing the laws. We want you breaking them. That is exactly what they were not espousing or asking for. Michael Cohen served prison time for the crime that Donald Trump committed. Unindicted co-conspirator. And that's why he has to win this election, because if he doesn't, he's next. Lastly, the aforementioned Steve Bannon, longtime strategist, the mastermind, the guy who put it all together to get Trump in office, Breitbart, and the right-wing motion to change this country and make it look like something that it's going to kick us back to what they think the 1950s, more like the 1860s. If you catch that reference. Yeah, that's why we're having the issues we're having. But also, Michael Cohen, arrested, convicted, guilty. Steve Bannon, arrested, awaiting trial, and he's going to be guilty too. I don't like going out in front of my skis here, but I'm fairly certain he's going to be guilty. Because I know this guy did the job. There's no question he did it. These guys do these things, and then we make excuses for them. I won't make excuses for any of them. So those are all the president's men, right? All those guys. And like, oh, wait a minute, that's not that bad. No, this is the greatest criminal enterprise in the history of the White House. No administration has had this many high-ranking officials within the immediate incoming into an administration. This many criminals prosecuted, convicted, and guilty. And this is what sickens me the worst, and I want you to be 100% damn clear. These people here, the majority of them, within the confines and the bounds of the Mueller report, 448 pages, that you guys didn't read, and so you still defend it, even though you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You defend things and you're arguing for things that you did not read. 1,000, nearly 1,000 pages of the Senate Intel report that I'm reading right now, and I'm not done. It's going to take some work. Not only confirm, but reinforce and draw greater light in the findings in the Mueller report. And I'm going to put it on the record right now. These guys, the majority of them, they did collude. There was collusion. Wake the hell up. There was collusion, there was collaboration, there was coercion, and any other damn C word I can come out right now. They did collude, they did collaborate. With who? With Russian agents, Russian assets, Russian intelligence officers. Documented, confirmed, and fact. And when the history books are written, those of you defending say, no, it didn't happen, it was a hoax. You're going to look like fools, or you'll just hide and not bring it up because you know you're wrong and you defended it when you shouldn't have, and everybody told you that it was the case. So in my world, those guys are traitors. You heard what I said. Be clear. Those are traitors to their country. They collaborated and colluded with Russian agents to do damage to an American election and the electoral process. The one thing on this damn planet that separates us from all the other countries on this planet is our election process, a free and fair election. Those guys already did it. Russians are doing it again. Keep defending. Keep defending. Those are traitors. You want to defend them? Have at it. Do your business. Give me one of those faces up here. This is what I say. This is what I say. This guy right here, George Papadopoulos, watch out. Get the hell out of here. Vete. Traitor. Give me another one. Who do we got next? Michael Flynn. And this one hurts, ladies and gentlemen. This one hurts because this guy is military. He's a former military man. But so we're absolutely 100% clear. No one gets a damn pass. He wore the nation's cloth. This man was a general. He wore the nation's cloth. But if you collaborate and collude with Russian agents against your fellow Americans, watch out. Vete la chingada. Next. Rick Gates, deputy campaign manager under and with Paul Manafort. Another one. Collaborated, colluded, and took information and used it. against fellow Americans in an election process. A la chingada. Get out of here. Get out of here. Next, give me another one. Oh yeah, this lovely right here. This guy. This guy right here. A little bit of my Italian roots. This guy. Who this guy is? Paul Manafort, campaign manager. This guy knows a lot more. I know he does. And I'm hoping to high hell it comes out before we're done. I really do. This guy right here, you know what he can do? Watch this. You all paying attention? You paying attention to me? This guy right here, watch out. Go back to where you came from. You like that? Yeah, how about that, huh? Go back to where you came from. Traitor. Next. Oh yeah, this one. I don't know what kind of criminal concoction of sexual misconduct produced this lovely individual, but it was a match made in hell, if you ask me. This guy has been a slimy, creepy Washington insider for his entire life. He will go down in history as the guy who has Nixon tattooed on his back and maybe tattoo of Trump on his butt, for all I know. This character right here. He's not the only one. There's a bunch like him. But he's obvious and he's blatant. This guy right here, yeah, him too. Vete la chingada. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. Go back to where you came from. Under a rock. That's not American to me. That's traitor. Next. This guy right here. I'm not going to hit him because I have some pity for this fool, and I probably shouldn't. He's a grown man, and he chose his bed, and he enriched himself off Donald Trump, and Donald Trump used him like a fool, and he fell for it, and he paid the price. He served prison time for the unindicted co-conspirator Donald Trump, who's in the office. This guy served time. So, Michael Cohen, you're a damn fool. I don't know if you're a traitor. I don't think you're a traitor to your country. You're just a damn fool. So I'll be a little nice. Vete, lárgate, lárgate, güey, lárgate. There you go. See that? Vete. One more? Do I got one more? I have one more. Look at this lovely right here. Look at this lovely mug. If you cannot see this for what it is, I can. This guy doesn't give a damn about America. He gives a damn about himself. He always has, and he always will. His America is how he filters it through his own vision, his own beliefs. And the rest of us have to live with it based on the fact that he got Donald Trump elected, and much of his agenda is what is manifested in the streets, where you have blatant, open racism. You have some of the nastiest things I've seen in my lifetime taking place. American on American, Americans against their fellow Americans. This is a strategist. This is a culprit. This is a collaborator. This is a colluder. He was in on some of those meetings. He's a damn traitor to this country. And you can quote me on that. I honestly believe that this is a traitor to his own damn country because he hurt his fellow Americans by using other people to do it. That's a damn traitor. And I will make that damn statement because I've never done so, and I never will. I'd rather die than do that. Yeah, with this guy, I don't think so. Not by half a stretch. I do not see that at all. So for Steve Bannon, I will tell you, because you're the principal culprit and perpetrator of this whole racial thing that we've got going right now. So I'm going to tell you, vete y lárgate, güey. Get the hell out and go back. Go back to where you came from, under your rock. Okay. Just about wrapped up here. So lastly, principally, the underlying issue is this. Those are all the president's men. He hired them. He put them in positions. He is responsible because in Supermex's leadership manual, and it's actually the FM 22-100 United States Army military, you are responsible for your men. You are responsible for the leadership decisions they make because you are their leader. If you put them in position, then you are responsible for their actions. This thing that our president does about, oh, I didn't know him. Oh, who is he? Oh, he was only with me a short time. Shut the hell up already. I'm tired of that. That's garbage, and I'm just calling out for what it is, and it's the damn truth. How many of us can get away with that? Seriously. Oh, it wasn't me. It was that guy over there. It wasn't me. You just blame the other guy and you get away with it? What is this, third grade? The guy who bitches a fit louder than the other guy and points a finger at the other, and the teacher sees that and like, oh, it must be him because this guy's really, really, really serious about it. It must be him. And the other guy's being a nice guy is like, well, I guess. That's what we're looking at today, ladies and gentlemen. You're adults. Start acting like it. When someone's making excuses and casting blame on others for roles and responsibilities that they should be held accountable for, that's third grade stuff. That's not presidential. That is not the President of the United States. You own your responsibility. And yeah, there are plenty of presidents that weren't great. I'll be the first to admit that because I'm a U.S. history teacher. But that doesn't excuse what we're watching right now. Those are all the president's men that I just showed you. All of them. All right? And all I get out of the president's men, and all I get out of the president to this day, and bear with me here because some of you are not old enough. Some of you will understand this. When I think of the president and I see all these crimes and all these criminals and all these indictments and all these convictions and all these guilties, you know what I think about? I think of old Schultz. That's what I think about. I think of Schultz. Let's pull up Schultz, AP. Leave that up for a second. So for those of you guys that don't know, get square with your Americana, baby. That is Schultz. He was on Hogan's Heroes. I used to watch that when I was a kid. And Schultz was famous for this right here. He never wanted blame for anything. He never wanted to be culpable for anything. He never wanted to be responsible for anything. So he conveniently closed his eyes, looked the other way. I see nothing. I hear nothing. I know nothing. That is, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States. I see nothing, I hear nothing, I know nothing. Oh, wait, take that back. Unless it benefits me in some way, then I claim it. But if it's bad or it's not good, my President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, is actually Schultz from Hogan's Heroes. I hope some of you get the joke. And if you didn't, go back and watch the show. It's funny as hell. Good bit of Americana for you. Donald J. Trump, also known as Schultz from Hogan's Heroes. I see nothing, I hear nothing, I know nothing. And in all that, and to wrap up my show tonight for you, some of you ain't gonna like it, but I really don't care because everything I've told you is the truth. Everything is fact. All I can think about is, like, seriously, is this, you're telling me you don't know nothing? You know nothing, you see nothing, you hear nothing? When everybody around you is guilty and a criminal and convicted, but you're not because you're the president and you don't know any of them now. Go ahead and remove Schultz and give me the last image because that's what I'm thinking of right now. Yeah. That's actually me thinking of all the people that are going to watch this video, not like it because it goes contrary to what they want to believe, than what they should believe. The truth. 10 minutes, or in this case, more like 15 plus. Yeah. That's where I'm at right now. America. Got to shake my head. And come back at the end of the week because we're going to do Friday cheap date night. Nothing but love for you. Supermax will see you on Friday.